Okay, now we have three types, you may say like, three cases. The first one is multi-purpose building. We'll discuss this and then we'll move on to the real estate developer and then we'll discuss the undecided land. Now, the first thing you have to understand that this is, this one. This is the multi-purpose building. So here we have floor 1 to 3, use as the head office administrative purpose, and then 4 to 10 is rented out to independent law firm. So this is your building. From first, second, third, you are using it for the administrative, and then the remaining is rent it out. Rent it out. Okay. Now the rule is if the portion can be sold separately, you must split them. So floor 1 to 3, IAS 16, and 4 to 10 IAS 40 investment property. Now, if the portion cannot be sold or leased out separately under finance lease, the split rule is discarded. So you must then apply insignificant portion test. Okay, this actually it means that you have a multi-purpose. This is a multi-purpose building case. You have a building, and the building is let's say have a 10 floor. The first 3 is company owned office, and the 4 to 10 is rented rented out to others. So can you split it? The question is, can you split it? If the building parts can be sold or leased separately, then you have to split them. If the building parts can be sold or leased separately, then split them. So office part that is company owned office that will be treated under IAS 16, while the remaining 4 to 10 rental part that should be treated under IAS 40 investment property. Now if you cannot split it separately, mean lease out, you cannot, by splitting it means that the building parts can be sold or leased out separately, then you have to split it. Now if it's not possible, then what you do, then check which side is bigger, which side is dominant and use. So here we have a insignificant threshold test, and we have to apply that test. As for that test, if the office, let's say if the office use is small, insignificant, then whole building is you will have to apply the IAS 40. Let's say this is this building. Here you have a building, and here you don't have the split option. Then you look at the usage. If the office use is small, by small we mean insignificant, then what you will do, you will have to apply the IAS 40, because the dominant use is that of the investment property, that you have to treat that as investment property. Now, if the office use is big, mean the usage of the office is big, then definitely the whole building will be treated under IAS 16 property plant and equipment. When a property is used partly on use IAS 16 and partly for investment property. Now these parts are inseparable. You cannot split them. So classification depends on which portion is dominant. If the usage is dominant, then IAS 16. Otherwise, you have to apply the investment property. So if the owner occupied portion is insignificant, the entire property is classified investment property. Now, if the owner occupied portion is significant, then the entire property remain property, plant, and equipment. Okay, so this is the case number 1, the multiple purpose. The rule is very simple. They split if possible, otherwise go with a bigger portion. So this way you don't overthink it. First ask, can I split? If yes, classify separately. If no, just see which part dominate and classify the whole building accordingly. Okay, now let's move on to the what we mean by the insignificant. And so because the professional judgment is required here, so let me elaborate it here.